final drive of the season. Let's start with the Patriots, who have returned to their championship DNA under the NFL Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel, who, like his former coach, Bill Belichick, apparently leaves no stone unturned. Get this, he even blasted Bad Bunny's music at practice so that when the real halftime happens, his players won't be distracted, as he says he was back in the day by a halftime show. So that's going next level. As for his final message to the team, there's only one guy who's an expert at finding out that information. It's our Sal Palantonio.
One of the reasons why the New England Patriots made such a dramatic turnaround in 1 year and why Mike Vrabel is the head coach of the year in the National Football League is because he's such a great communicator, really setting the tone each and every day. I've watched it leading up to Super Bowl 60. First, he made sure that there were corrections of mistakes in practice on Wednesday and told the team it was all about focus and tempo. And then he emphasized the fact that when the families came in here, he wanted his team to really focus on taking care of themselves, their bodies, and reconnecting with their families. And then he said his final message to the team, he told me in a one-on-one interview, will be embrace the moment. Embrace the execution. Enjoy the competition. Embrace the hard work and enjoy what we do.
Thank you, Sal. It's tough being the man to follow the man, but Seattle's Mike Macdonald has proven it can be done. Taking over the Seahawks after Pete Carroll, he led the team to 10 wins in his rookie season. Now he can become just the 6th coach in the last 40 years to win a Super Bowl in his first 2 seasons as a head coach. What words of wisdom is he sending his team into battle with tonight? As Jeff Darlington tells us, it's not so much the words, it's the vibe.
Well, it has been the theme all week, and it is the theme this morning at the Seahawks team hotel. Stay loose and stay focused. Those are the demands of Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald this week. Leading into today's game, that's what he has seen. Now, the Seahawks have been a very loose group around the team hotel, often with music playing, with bouts of shadow boxing between players. For a team with limited Super Bowl experience, the mood has certainly been light. Now, the Seahawks also enter today very healthy, despite an injury scare on Wednesday when rookie safety Nick Emanwari rolled up his ankle. He is full go today, even had a full practice on Friday. Sam Darnold, who was limited by his ongoing oblique injury, also has been feeling great, also a full participant late in the week. Now, the team held a walkthrough Saturday for 44 minutes. They have had team meetings again on Saturday night. The goal for the hours ahead have been the same as they have been all week. Stay loose and stay focused.
Thank you, Jeff Darlington. This will be a matchup of best on best. Both teams rank in the top 4 in scoring offense and defense. It's the first Super Bowl since the 1970 merger to feature teams ranked in the top 4 on both sides of the ball.
So it is time now for the final word, and for that we go to the experts, the guy who won 2 Super Bowls, the guy who played in one. Who wins tonight? Damien, you go first.
I'm picking the Patriots, 2017.
All right, your former team.
Former team.
Okay, Coach?
24-17, Sam Darnold is the MVP and on the winning team.
Well, you know what? Okay. I actually, earlier in the week, also picked the Hawks 24-17. Okay, Jay, finish us off.
Let's go 28-10 Seattle.
Wow, okay, you're the lone man. Why are the Pats
28?
That's what I said.
Where did you get 28 from?
Because I played for him.
Oh,
because you played for him.
Because I played for him.
All right, it's scientific, folks. We actually have no idea who's going to win.
No,
this
we don't.
night.
We're just throwing out numbers.
Thanks for being with us all season on Sunday mornings. Postseason NFL Countdown is next.
Why you?
Welcome to the Bay Area, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, where in a little over 8 hours, the Patriots and the Seahawks will play one game for the trophy that football dreams are made of.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much.
In the shadows of the 59 games that have come before, and after months of blood and sweat and tears, finally, it all comes down to this.
At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Welcome to postseason NFL Countdown presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, and to the room where it happens, in the calm before the storm. Weather going to be absolutely perfect tonight for the final act of an unforgettable football season. The building will be full. The entire world will be watching, and when it's all over, either the Patriots or the Seahawks will stand alone atop the football universe. And we are delighted to be among the very first to say welcome to the Super Bowl.
Wow. Let's go.
This is not an official holiday, but for all intents and purposes, it might as well be. So happy Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl.
To all who celebrate. Delighted to be with you for the next 4 hours right above the field where the game will be played. Jason Kelsey will be with us as we watch these men on this field, Teddy, tonight in search of the culmination of a lifelong dream.
Man, fellas, how do you describe the day where you're going to play the game that changes your life? I mean, I get emotional just watching that open and seeing all those players that are looking into that trophy and those dreams are achieved. The emotions are overwhelming. How do you deal with the emotions today? I remember getting here hours before the game. I had to get out the locker room. I'm so intense. The intensity is there. The emotions are there. I grab my kids out the stands. I run around on the field. It was like I had to do something because you just know the day is here that your dreams can come true. And right here, I'm with my boys who are at home going to watch this game cheering for the Patriots today, of course, but still, this was me dealing with stress. This was me dealing with intensity. This is me dealing with all the emotions and all the weight that's going on during that day when we played the Philadelphia Eagles there in Jacksonville. So how do you deal with it? Because you know your dreams can come true and you can be a world champion today.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Right there. I remember even as a coach, just sitting in there and seeming, it felt like the game would never come. Like, it's like, golly, I'm sitting. You can't sleep. You can't do anything. You're so damn excited. And you're right. Every kid's dream that's ever played, Pop Warner football, whatever it is, it's about playing in this game.
Yes.
And you know what I want to see? Who's going to be that steps up in these conditions and just plays the game of their life? Because we've seen it. It's not always the superstar that does it. It's a Larry Brown that wins the MVP of a Super Bowl. It's a Timmy Smith who runs for 204 yards in a game. And then on the other side, there's some people that quite honestly wilt in these lights, in this pressure. And that's what makes this game so fascinating. Who's it going to be? I can't wait.
Finding the unsung hero basically wrecks what you're saying, and I can't wait to see who that's going to be today. But bottling your emotion, all this energy that you have, waiting, the anticipation, waiting up to kickoff. I'm just excited for both of these teams because of how they got here. All the noise throughout the regular season, but if there's one player that I want to see bottle all of his emotions, and when this kickoff, let everything go. It had to be a guy like Stephon Diggs. And the reason why, I remember seeing him in the AFC Championship game when the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. All the confetti dropping down. This man right here standing on the losing end of it, where you know what, after a loss, you expect us to go in the locker room, but he could not believe it. Was Stephon Diggs, you're here now. This is the big game. Super Bowl 60. I can't wait to see it.
Talk about
Randy,
emotions there,
The guy I can't stop thinking about on a similar note is Sam Darnold. I mean, this guy, 5 teams in 8 years, traded and benched and discarded multiple times, and all he has done is win 30 games in the last 2 years. By the way, he's the 8th player in the history of the NFL to do that. And now he has his team at the precipice of history, right? And again, there's bright lights, and then there's this, right? This is just a completely another level. And I think you're completely right. Like, how does it affect you? Who is going to step up, right? Who does it distract? Obviously, we'll play big today.
You talk about changing your life. Sam Darnold, all right, he wins this game today. I mean, he can go from seeing ghosts to seeing his reflection in the Lombardi Trophy. I think what he can go from seeing. Oh, amazing.
I think arguably, if he does it, it's the greatest redemption story in NFL history.
I agree.
What he's been through.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well said,
And
Alex.
Stephon Diggs, there's never been a player who had more postseason receptions and then played in his first Super Bowl. 80 postseason catches for Stephon Diggs before his first Super Bowl. He's waited as long as anybody.
Unleash it, Stephon. Unleash it.
Special night, obviously. We've had reporters with both teams all week long. Jeff Darlington been with Seattle. He's with us this morning. And Sal Palantonio gets it started covering the New England Patriots. Good morning, Sal.
Good morning, Greeny, and happy Super Bowl Sunday to you and the whole crew. And you knew that I was going to bring the newspaper on Super Bowl Sunday. And here's the front page of the Boston Globe on Super Bowl Sunday. Old foe, new era. These two teams know one another. I asked Mike Vrabel what would be his final message to his football team. And here's what he told me. He told me, enjoy the execution, enjoy the competition, embrace the hard work, and enjoy what we do. Right now, I'm in front of the team hotel here in Santa Clara. Right behind me, there is a breakfast going on in about 3 hours. They have a team meal, and then buses depart beginning at 12:15 Pacific time, and then another round of buses at about 1 p.m. That's the schedule for the New England Patriots. Now let's hear about those Seattle Seahawks from my friend Jeff Darlington. Jeff?
Well, Sal, as the sun comes up here in San Jose, you can feel behind me at the Seahawks team hotel. They are also waking up. We're still about 5 hours away, 11:45 from that first bus of players and coaches leaving. But the plan, the message all week long from head coach Mike Macdonald has been stay loose, stay focused. And I have been around this team and I have seen exactly that. We have seen a very loose team, music often playing throughout the team hotel, but Macdonald saying during meetings they are in fact focused. Little injury update for you. Nick Emanwari, the team's star rookie safety, did roll his ankle on Wednesday, but he was a full participant in practice by Friday. He will not carry an injury designation into this game. He, Greeny, is good to go.
Yeah, critical, obviously, and Drake May also has been practicing in full. For those who haven't been following, just quickly, who was an early bus guy and who was the second bus guy?
Early bus.
Early bus.
That's possible.
I got to get there early.
We know it. I mean,
You know me, I'm late, baby.
Extra late bus.
I'm surprised Rex made it by kickoff. All right, it is a day filled with huge stories. It is a day filled with huge stories, and a man who always comes before the first bus leaves is Adam Schefter, who's up with us early. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, Shefty.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday, guys. And for the record, we were on the early bus this morning, and we are ready to go on Super Bowl Sunday. And so is Sam Darnold, the Seahawks quarterback who is trying to mount that redemption story that Alex Smith talked about. Redemption in the midst of recovery as well. Has been battling an oblique injury throughout the playoffs, but was a full participant in practice all week long and is off the injury report and ready to go today in what is the biggest game of Sam Darnold's career. No injury designation, so that's good news for him, and he'll be ready to rock and roll later today, as will the Patriots quarterback Drake May, who injured his shoulder against the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Went down on the play, stayed down for a little bit, but he also does not have an injury designation for today. He also was a full participant in practice throughout the week. This is his first Super Bowl. We'll see how he reacts in the bright lights, but he does feel like he's ready to go. And just in case there's a question with either quarterback, here are the backup quarterbacks going into today. Two men who have lots of experience. Drew Lock in his third season with Seattle. Josh Dobbs in his first season with the Patriots, but 15 career starts. Both men are ready to roll, as is the Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel, who on Friday simulated Super Bowl conditions in the most meaningful way possible. As his team was practicing, an hour into practice, he sent them off the field and he played 14 minutes of music, including 2 Bad Bunny songs that his team could hear during practice. He took them back out on the field, tried to simulate halftime in the longer halftime show. We'll see if any effect that has today, Greeny.
Yeah, he's got obviously a lot of Super Bowl experience. There were 9 players total, only 9 that have played in the Super Bowl that'll be playing in this game tonight. As we continue here, getting you ready, postseason NFL countdown, counting it down all morning long. Sun's about to rise, fans about to get headed out here. Kickoff is coming your way tonight. It's the Patriots and the Seahawks who are with you, counting it down all morning long on ESPN.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. This is Super Bowl Sunday.
The Pats are back. Drake May could become the youngest QB to ever win a Super Bowl today. He takes us back to where it all started.
That's kind of the dream I had as a kid. I can remember, watching the Super Bowl and watching quarterbacks push up the trophy and be like, man, as a kid, that looks pretty sweet.
Plus, Teddy goes all access with his former teammate Mike Vrabel before the big game.
We've checked a lot of boxes. Whatever
we'll need, you guys have done.
And I've got a Super Bowl edition of
You got Moss. You got Moss.
the best catches in the history of the Super Bowl. And I'll take you inside the secret sauce behind why JSN is always open.
He's also unlike many people that I've played with where, you know, his body language is so friendly.
Communicating without verbal communication, like he can see it in my eyes, like I'm ready for the ball.
All that more coming up.
This is Super Bowl Sunday.
This is Super Bowl Sunday.
It's Super Bowl Sunday.
Countdown to Kickoff is presented by Tostitos.
Postseason NFL Countdown is presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of ESPN.
In the early 2000s, they won 3 of 4. Now they have won 3 of the last 5. Yes, it's still a dynasty.
What's this feeling like? It's like the world. I feel like Rocky right now.
Tonight he'll try to win it against the Carolina Panthers.
The kick by the is up, and it is good. Wilson, quick throw, and it's good. Intercepted. Intercepted at the one. Puts it upfield. Driving forward. Diving to the goal line. And a title for the Patriots. And the Patriots are world champions again. Yes, it's a dynasty.
Believe it or not, they are back. The New England Patriots make their 12th Super Bowl appearance tonight, which is 4 more than any other team in NFL history. Their first win, 2001 season. Teddy ditched the mullet. They won back-to-back in 03 and 04 with Mike Vrabel playing linebacker. And then, of course, New England picked up again, winning 3 more between 2014 and 2018 with Tom Brady when Drake May was still in middle school. In this 25-year span, they've played in 40% of the Super Bowls. With a win today, they break a tie with the Steelers for the most Super Bowl wins all time. Drake May talked about being part of that legacy with Kimberly Martin this week.
You talk about what's at stake. Is there, not just as a starting quarterback, but a starting quarterback for this franchise, is that part of what is hard?
And the Patriots are Super Bowl champions! Yes, it's a dynasty.
I definitely think the best thing that I try to do is appreciate what the dynasty and the Patriots have done in the past. You know, putting that extra pressure is kind of not really worth it.
I ain't come this far just to come this far!
Trying to build the 2025 Patriots and make a name for ourselves.
All right, let's talk about Drake May. He is 23 years old. He's 35 days older than Dan Marino was when Marino became the youngest quarterback ever to start in a Super Bowl. So no matter how well he's played this year, he was close to winning the MVP. This is not an easy task for someone this young.
No, unprecedented, right? I mean, besides Dan, no one's ever really been in this place before to be this young. I mean, there's quarterbacks in college older than this kid, and here he is playing for the Lombardi, right? And the magnitude of that in the 2 weeks, and you mentioned it here, he's living out of a hotel, and they're practicing at Stanford or San Jose State or wherever. And then how is he going to react to this? And I think somebody that he's going to rely on heavily today that has done an unbelievable job all year is Josh McDaniels. This guy is coaching in his 9th Super Bowl. 9th. He's calling plays for the 6th time in the Super Bowl. Those are the most in history, right? And Drake May talked about his offensive coordinator and what he means to him.
Watching old plays and installing plays that they ran is one of the coolest things that we do. I think just seeing how fast he gets the ball out, it's cool to watch that position. I'm playing the same offense, calling some of the same play calls that he called, and playing for the same offensive coordinator.
Well, here he is. There he is. Josh McDaniels, his offensive coordinator, right, running the same plays that Tom Brady ran. And this is one of Tom Brady's favorite plays. Haas wide juke. What do you know? It's the Super Bowl 53. Who was calling plays? Josh McDaniels.
He was,
what are we going to do? We get a lot of cover 2 by Seattle. Right here, it's Edelman working on a Mike linebacker. What do you know? Easy pitch and catch. The 15-yard catch and run. Right, ball out of your hands. Again, you're going to see it. We go to this year. Right here it is. Haas White Juke, what do you know? Showing up again. This time it's Stephon Diggs working on the Mike linebacker. And again, Drake May running it. It's so easily to isolate these matchups. They're going to have opportunities for this today.
So hard.
Here he is again.
So hard.
Ball out fast. I mean, the easiest 15-yard pass of your life. And again, you're going to see it today, right? Josh McDaniels, don't be surprised if you see that play out here on this field. It matches up well with Seattle. But again, just that experience, right? These guys have been here. Mike Vrabel's been in 4 Super Bowls. They're unfazed by everything that comes with this, and I think that'll have a calming effect on Drake May.
Well, you know, it's funny you mentioned that. You may see that 20 times. Yeah. All right, I've gone against this guy. Like literally, that's what he does. That, and he'll run snag wheel. It's funny how the game, everybody says how it changed. It's the exact same. And when you're seeing Josh McDaniels, who, by the way, won the Assistant Coach of the Year, and rightfully so, what a job he's done. But it's still 11-on-11 football, and it's amazing how you can plug this young quarterback in, and all of a sudden now, sure, Brady did it because he was there for 100 years. This guy's in his 2nd year of playing. It's absolutely amazing how he does. And the thing, though, that we saw in the regular season, all right, he took 47 sacks. All right, but they had 82 explosives. This postseason, though, something's been a little off. Obviously, the weather's contributed, but he's taken 15 sacks and only has 13 explosives. He's going, in my opinion, against as good a defense as we've seen in a long, long time in this Seattle Seahawks. So this matchup's going to be incredible.
You know, Alex, you was just talking about Josh McDaniels, his 9 appearances, and I look in a game like this, experience versus inexperience. And one thing that Drake May has, he has that experience in his coach and Josh McDaniels. You just put that Haas Wide Juke up there. It's not only a guy like Stephon Diggs, it's a committee that they have. They have guys on the outside, they can do it. They have guys on the inside can do it. You talked about a guy, you showed Julian Edelman, you showed Diggs, but you can't forget about Booty and Douglas. Yep. We started the show out earlier talking about the rookie phenom for the Seattle Seahawks, the safety Emma Warren. Yep. He is battling an injury. One thing that I know Josh McDaniels and them going to understand, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this team. If this man's ankle is bad, I want you to watch the mixed match and see if they can exploit that bad ankle.
Yeah, and I think personality-wise for Josh, what he's been for Drake has been totally special because the interaction on the sideline with I mean, when Drake said, good God, this is hard, I wanted to say, of course it's going to be hard, man, let's go. Right. But what Josh gave him, because right before that, Vrabel came up and he's like, okay, we're going to keep chipping away. You got to use your legs. We're going to run the football. I got to go. I'm the head coach. I got to go. Then he confided in Josh, and Josh gave him exactly what he needed in that moment emotionally to get him right up in the head. So that, I think personality-wise, the Vrabel, McDaniel, I mean, all the coaches that have coached him up this year have done a great job.
You said an interesting thing also when we were talking about them leading into this game, which is Dan Marino. I'm old enough to remember when he lost that game against San Francisco. We all thought, oh, my goodness, he'll be back in this thing 5 or 6 times.
Oh, man.
You just never know. So the idea that it's house money because he's so young, that's a mentality they have to guard against.
They cannot think that. They have to think this is the only chance that they will ever have because coming back is not a guarantee. You don't know what next year is, and I know what New England's thinking. Oh, the future's bright. Vrabel's here. We've got a young quarterback. Believe me, that doesn't matter. This may be the shot. They have to capitalize on this today.
So the age and all of that sort of lines up again, the parallel lines of Tom Brady's Patriots and Drake May's Patriots. May can be the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl in his first career postseason since Brady did it on the 0-1 team. They were underdogs. Teddy, you were there. Super Bowl 36 against the Rams, just like May's team is today. Let's go back. February 3rd, 2002 in New Orleans. It was Brady and Kurt Warner. Warner back to throw, and who's there but it's Ty Law stepping in front.
Yeah, but there was Vrabel getting the pressure, and then Ty Law. Nobody thought this was going to happen. I mean, this was a group of guys that said, you know what, we're going to hit him in the mouth. That's exactly what happened right there with Braves hitting Kurt Warner and Ty Law, your Hall of Fame brother, Mr. Moss, took it to the house.
Late in the second quarter, Patriots in the scoring area. Brady looking for David Patton, and how about the catch that he makes?
Man, it's all about those receivers for the New England Patriots. And like Brewski said, man, it kind of looked like the team that we're looking at right now, man. But they have playmakers all over this. I can't wait to see this matchup.
They were a significantly, Teddy, you were a significantly bigger. dog. Back in those days, after a touchdown early in the fourth quarter, Rams looking to get back in it. It's Ricky Prohl making people miss.
And what happens, fellas, I'm telling you, in the second half of the Super Bowl, defenses get gas.
Yep.
And we got a little gas right here.
Patriots decided they were going to go aggressive on the last drive, and it pays off. Final 30 seconds. That's Brady for Troy Brown. Out of bounds, 23-yard reception, 21 seconds left. And out would walk Adam Vinatieri, and congratulations to him this week. One of the reasons he's in the Hall of Fame is because he stepped out onto this field with 7 seconds left and kicked a 48-yarder to win it.
And there was the start. Just disbelief, even when we finally did it, when Adam put it through. I'm on the sideline calling for my mama because I couldn't believe it really happened. It was the first one ever.
There he is.
And then to break through and bring this first one in New England, it was special.
Was there a better big game kicker than Adam Vinatieri? I mean, congratulations on the Hall of Fame career. Unbelievable.
Only 3 kickers in the Hall of Fame. Vinatieri, one who got there, really won you so many of those big games with late kicks, but none bigger than that. That team was a much bigger underdog, a more significant underdog than this one is tonight. We'll see if the script is similar for these Patriots. Still to come, Jason Kelsey is here with us, and he brought gifts.
Yes.
He is going to bring the best blocks of the entire season. Don't miss who makes number 1 on that list.
Let's
Plus,
go.
Chris Berman going all access with Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith-Njigba. The NFL's leading receiver takes you inside the reason he always finds a way to get open.
It falls under communication, you know, communicating without verbal communication. Like, he can see it in my eyes, like I'm ready for the ball.
Time to lock in and handle business. Time to lock in and handle business. 60 minutes. We gotta get it.
And there's
Welcome back to Postseason NFL Countdown, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
This is for the underdogs. Y'all gon' have y'all day, and they gon' listen.
And you know what underdogs is? It's a hungry dog.
Yeah, let's do it.
Philly special. Ready?
Moves to the right. It goes directly to Clement. Reverses it. The pass goes into the end zone.
Nick Foles.
And it's a touchdown by Nick Foles. Let's go.
Hungry dogs run best. And that's this team. You know what I gotta say? To all those people that doubted us, to all those people that counted us out, and to everybody who said that we couldn't get it done.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
You.
There we go. The always eloquent Jason Kelsey has made his way. Welcome, big fella.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Does it bring back memories for you, obviously?
Every time. And, you know, I've been fortunate to play in a couple of these, watch my brother play in a lot of them. And every time, I mean, the moment that national anthem kicks off, the goosebumps are going to be reared, ready to go. There's going to be guys crying out there, I'm sure. And, yeah, it's just nothing like it. It's the best game of the year for sure.
Champion of Super Bowl 52 with those Eagles in the Philly special. And so Sam Darnold will try and join that elite company tonight in the game of his life, and certainly a game that many people did not know he would ever get the chance to play in. He's joined some historic company entering this Super Bowl debut, including the playoffs. He has 30 wins the last 2 seasons. Alex, you touched on it. He's one of 8 quarterbacks ever with 30 wins over a 2-year span, and we're talking about some of the all-time
A lot
greats
of gold
there.
jackets on there, Greeny.
That's exactly right,
So
and
what you
some
saying?
still to come. Darnold and his top receiver, Jackson Smith-Njigba, sat down with our legend, Chris Berman.
Yes, sir.
Young man,
Yes, sir.
nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
We'll kick it around a little bit. It's a little more fun.
Let's do it.
Man open, Jackson Smith-Njigba with his body language. Just can't get a beat on him.
He can see it in my eyes. I'm ready for the ball.
Jax does an unbelievable job of getting open. Just a very friendly receiver to be able to throw to.
He's like an ice skater out there when I see him run routes. A lot of receivers, when they run, if they're speeding up or stopping, their shoulder planes will rise or fall. He maintains the same shoulder plane when he runs his route. It's really hard for any defensive back to get a beat on what he's doing.
Is he sneaky fast? Is he sneaky elusive? Is he
He's
sneaky?
kind of like sneaky all the above.
Okay,
you know?
sneaky.
Yeah, like
One of
sneaky
those
can run
guys.
past you. Sneaky in and out of the breaks. I mean, his body control is ridiculous. Ball skills. I mean, he has everything, you know, and it's a heck of a total package.
He's unlike many people that I've played with where, you know, his body language is so friendly. You know, I totally understand kind of where he's going to run a route and what to expect from him coming out of a route. But at the same token, like, the defense just can't predict it.
Jackson Smith-Njigba is just so good at the move point. He's just so fluid. You just don't know what he's doing.
He was just here and he said, you know what about JSN? He's got great body language. Is that a big part of it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just it falls under communication, you know, communicating without verbal communication. Like, he can see it in my eyes, like I'm ready for the ball. You know, when I stop my head, he's going to know that I'm ready for the ball. And just seeing things before it really happens, you know, honestly.
It's a good thing for a receiver to have that ability.
Darnold going up top for Jackson Smith-Njigba. Drops it in the bucket.
JSN going up against the safety. That's what you want. You're done. You're in trouble right there.
The thing about Jax is I feel like he's never running full speed. So when he is running, you know, a defender might think, oh, he's running full speed. And then if the ball's a little out in front of him, Jax is able to speed up, you know, to his full speed and go get the ball.
And Njigba gets on the toes of the DB. It just says, see you later. I'm faster than you.
Jackson, what's the best part of your game?
I would say just to be a problem solver. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever look there is, whatever is going on, like, I'm going to be at the right spot at the right time. You know, I'm going to be open for my quarterback. And problem solving, whether that's man, whether that's zone, you know, just making it right, we like to say here.
Great to have Boomer a part of this, and I was enjoying watching you, Randy, watching Jackson Smith-Njigba. There's stuff in that I think maybe not all fans understand about that nonverbal communication and that body language.
Well, one thing I took from him talking to Boomer, he's just talking about he's a problem solver. One thing that he really meant from that, when you're the number one wide receiver, you get all these defenses thrown at you, double, triple, single, however, but you're still somewhere, so there's still somebody hovering over the top for you. But one thing that I look at Jackson Smith and what he's been able to do is his body language. Coach McDonald said the complete package. I want y'all to look at these two defenders trying to cover him. Look at his upper body versus his lower body. His upper body is just showing the head, but his lower body is still moving at a high speed. Look at the secondary defender for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So today, starting this show out, do you know why I said that Christian Gonzalez better follow this man to the bathroom, Rex?
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, if it's play action, if it's drop back, Sam Darnold is looking for JSN. One thing that Sam Darnold, Alex, can't afford to do, you can't be late with those throws, but this man is going to create separation tonight. The question is the ball coming on time?
No question. And JSN brings so much energy to this offense. This is a guy that when he gets the ball in his hand is electric. I don't care if it's a one-step hitch in the run game. This guy can do a lot with the ball in his hands. And you're right, he doesn't have many weaknesses. I've been so impressed with the intensity that he's played with all year, right? Like, he's never taken a week off. He has continually showed up for his team. And you're right, he's going to have to problem solve today because 2 weeks to prepare. What are the Patriots going to throw at him? They're certainly aware of what he's done and going to try and take it away.
And then let's turn the topic to Darnold here. Obviously, it's one of the most remarkable stories that we have ever seen. Alex said, Jason, off the top of our show, if he wins this game, it is probably the greatest resurrection story that we've ever seen in football.
Yeah, I mean, we just showed a clip about underdogs. I mean, you can't have a guy that's been more of that in his career. And listen, he started off as a high first-round pick. To fight your way back like that, I mean, it's remarkable. And especially last year, you have the season you do, then you're discarded again. And then you're here to have the year that he's had, the way he's played in the playoffs. It's been truly inspiring, for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the thing that I think of is this. It always goes back to be a champion, you got to believe in yourself when nobody else does. That is this guy right here. All the teams pass on him. 4 teams pass on him. The Vikings, you're right, he wins 14 games. They get rid of him. Look at this year in free agency. Hey, Steelers, you think you wish you would have taken this guy? Yeah, you probably do. How about the Jets? Get him back? Yeah, probably. How about the Raiders? You glad you made that trade for Geno Smith? I don't think so when this guy was out there for every single team. Nobody believed, but he believed, and that's it. He hasn't in here. He's not at this spot if he doesn't go through the trials and tribulations that he has. That's what makes this kid so special. And Alex Smith, you're right. He wins this thing. Oh, my goodness. Well, the greatest story
ever. I got to ask Alex Smith a question. They put that chart up, and you're talking about all those Hall of Famers on that list. What are you trying to say, Mr. Smith?
Just look at the company. I mean, those are guys we know on a first-name basis. Tom and Pat and Troy and Terry, right? Like, come on, it's Sam. That's crazy, right? We haven't talked about him like this. And I think his mindset and perspective is what is so unique. To go through what he's gone through and to keep the courage that he plays with, right? Like, I feel I've been there. I envy that. I didn't have that. Like, and I'm not sure many people do. To go through that again, and the way he played a couple weeks ago in the NFC Championship game, the Rams were the team that had really given him fits this year. They knocked him out of the playoffs last year in Minnesota, kind of sent him on this trip. I mean, and he played, again, fearlessly. Big throw after big throw, the one you put up there over the middle, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, right? Again, I think it shows up today. This guy seems so unfazed by everything he's been through. It's remarkable.
Yeah, he played the biggest game of his career in the biggest game of his career. Now this one tops that, and we'll see if he's able to do it. All right, a couple of weeks ago, Jason, you were with us, and Randy brought you in on You Got Mossed, which was all the fun in the world, and I'm told you brought a little something special for us.
That's right. That's enough quarterback talk. We're getting to You Got Blocked, baby. All right, let's tee it up here. We're going to start with Broncos right guard Quinn Miners. Look at the big fella getting downfield. Taking out one Cowboy, another Cowboy, as R.J. Harvey takes it in for the score. Miners did this all season long.
Look at this.
He is so physical, so athletic at the second level.
Get another
and then
one.
look at the celebration, the hand in the air. I love to see the energy. This was unbelievable play by Miners. Hey, Shamar James, Elijah Clark, you got blocked.
Let's go, Britton Strange. You want to see one that'll knock the... Oh, my goodness. Out of somebody. I watched this. This kid's whole... Everybody in his family was hurt after this one. You know the words. You got blocked.
What y'all expect to see? A tackle, offensive lineman? How about first team All-Pro Puka Nacua?
You're not putting a receiver in there.
As you can see right here, Puka Nacua taking two. Well, you know what time it's one. Let's put a little extra syrup on that pancake block. Because he flexed on him. Hey, big fella, you cannot come on this show and now put a wide receiver on here, but you know what the words are.
You got blocked.
All right, let me get in this thing. Let's go. Buccaneers at the Bills. Take a look at Bucks left tackle Tristan Wirfs. Pulling around. Look at the big man. Have a seat. Look at Sean Tucker taking it for the end zone. One more time. Look at big man. One hand running around. 78. Look at him. Look at the size.
Two hands.
Jordan Poyer high-stepping, celebrating into the end zone. This is how it's done in the open field. Jordan Poyer, you know what it is.
You got blocked.
All right, we got one more. Bears right tackle, Darnell Wright. I don't think you understand how hard this is. These are two full-grown men, and he is taking them for a ride up and out of the club. The down block on Shamar Stewart from the jump, taking out his own teammate. Hey, Shamar Stewart.
You got blocked. Oh, I love it.
You're saying that last one never happens, you're saying.
That is so rare. Guys are so good in this league. To catch a guy like that on a down block, to forklift him up out of there, that takes amazing strength, technique, all of it combined. Heck of a block right there by Darnell Wright.
All right, the blocks have been served.
You had to get a receiver in there.
Well, I had to put a wide out in there.
Scary right there.
Randy will have the catches for you a little later. We'll do a Super Bowl edition of You Got Mossed. In the meantime, still to come here, it has been a wild ride all season long in the NFL. We got the best moments recapped in just a matter of minutes. Don't miss the images of the year and the sound bites you will never forget. Plus, the Hall of Fame welcomed 5 new members this week. We've got a moment you don't want to miss when Larry Fitzgerald was surprised by a special gold jacket guest.
With all my love, man, I want to welcome you to the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026.
Welcome back to Santa Clara, Levi Stadium, site of tonight's Super Bowl 60. Earlier this week, the real TV star of the Schefter family did the sort of intrepid reporting that her father could only dream of. I present for you now Dylan Schefter at Media Night.
I'm a star in the clutch, I'm a shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now.
Have your feet been stepped on?
They get stepped on a lot less than people think.
What was your reaction to Ann Michaels' TikTok blowing up in the way that it did? Because I'm a huge fan of it.
Are you? Oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to, in the offseason, her out to take pictures and me have to take them.
I think I got to go with you. Who was the most intimidating on the team or the scariest, but it's really like the biggest teddy bear?
The biggest intimidating on the field, but the biggest teddy bear, Leonard Williams, by far.
What is your biggest advice for kids out there who are watching and want to be like you?
Ooh, biggest advice for kids out there. I think just find something they're chasing.
Work hard, stay in school.
I always advise kids to run track.
So much easier than it sounds. I tripped over a hurdle when I was 10.
Hey, Dylan! Dylan! Wow. Adam Schefter actually tripped over something on the way just into the studio today, so it runs in the family.
Absolutely.
Shefty, that's got to be fun to watch.
Greeny, there's nothing better than watching your own child at an event like this. We saw Teddy on the field with his kids, and I think if you have the chance to share this with your family, any part of it, there's nothing that can make anybody any happier than something like that.
That's right, Chef. All right, it's a wonderful thing. In the meantime, fans need the top stories of the day here and around the National Football League. Shefty, what do they need to know?
Well, I know John Schneider, the Seahawks general manager, gets a lot of credit for building this team, but he also should get all the credit for luring Mike Macdonald, their head coach, to Seattle. When Mike Macdonald was coming out, the Washington Commanders were after him in heavy pursuit. His wife was a cheerleader for the Washington football team. But in the end, Macdonald chose to move his family cross-country because he believed in John Schneider most of all. And John Schneider has rewarded his belief by building Mike Macdonald a Super Bowl team. And this is partly how he's done it, by trading Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos. Look at the haul of players that the Seahawks got back in the Russell Wilson trade that helped build this team to help make it a Super Bowl contender and to give it a chance to play in this game today. That trade for March 2022 is still being felt in Seattle. Another brilliant move from the Seahawks general manager, John Schneider. And as we look ahead to this upcoming offseason, the Dallas Cowboys are expected to place their franchise tag on George Pickens. It'll be about $28 million. It'll prevent him from becoming a true unrestricted free agent. Jerry Jones has said he wants to sign George Pickens to a long-term deal. George Pickens wants a long-term deal, but we've seen before that the Cowboys don't move fast on these things, and George Pickens' agent is the same agent that represented Micah Parsons. Also, Max Crosby faces an uncertain future with the Raiders. Despite the speculation that he'll be traded, the Raiders have been adamant that they don't want to trade him, and if they did, they would be looking for a Micah Parsons package of their own. A lot of draft picks. We'll see how this one unfolds. They're still going to want to try to convince Crosby to stay in Las Vegas. Don't know if that's possible, but the Raiders are not all that interested in moving off of him right now, despite how interested he is in being traded.
That makes sense, Shefty. And one of the big stories of the offseason, Max Crosby, I would say, on a Hall of Fame trajectory early in his career. And that brings us to our next stop, which is Thursday night at the Pro Football Honors, where the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame class was announced. It began with Drew Brees, elected in his first year of eligibility, second all-time in touchdown passes and passing yards. Congratulations to Roger Craig. Made it for his category. Won 3 Super Bowls with the Niners in the 80s. Was a member of the All-Decade team. Was the first ever to have 1,000 rushing and receiving yards in the same season.
Oh, yeah.
Former Panther linebacker Luke Kuechly, only defender in this year's class. 5-time first-team All-Pro, led the NFL in tackles during his career, selected to the Pro Bowl in each of his final 7 seasons. And there's your guy, Teddy Adams.
There he is.
Third kicker in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, makes it in his second year of eligibility, 599 field goals, most of all time. And then saving this for last, Larry Fitzgerald, second most receptions and receiving yards ever. Fitzgerald found out he made it in his first year of eligibility from our Hall of Famer and his mentor, Randy Moss.
Oh, man.
You don't want to hear what? Hey, man.
Bro.
With all my love, man, I want to welcome you to the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026, man.
Thank you, Moss.
First ballot,
I love you, brother.
First ballot.
Thank you. You know, a big reason that's because of you. You always You always looked out for me. I appreciate you always setting such an amazing example for me, my brother, my family, and all the rest of us, brother. I couldn't be more honored that you would do this. Really appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I love you,
Congratulations.
man.
Love
Thank you,
man.
Moss.
Congratulations, man.
Larry, there's a lot of professional athletes, including myself, that looked up to you. When you played the game, how you played the game. Now they're going to put you up with the greats, brother. Class of 2026,
Be in
man.
the same building with you for
That's
life,
all day,
Moss.
for life.
Yeah. Chokes me up every single time. Randy, what is that moment like? You've been on the other side of it. What was it like there to share that with Larry?
I just think that just watching him grow all the way from high school to college, and then, you know, the show he put on in the National Football League, and you see my soundbite, and I told him about a lot of athletes, a lot of professional athletes looking up to him, and people would look at me and it's like, really? No, I say Larry Fitzgerald is what I would call a pro's pro. And the reason why, do you remember the year that I had in 2007? Well, I want to talk about the postseason that Larry had in 2008. Still to this day are NFL records in the postseason. 546 receiving yards with 7 touchdowns. So not just Larry, but all the guys this year's class of 2026, man, Luke, Roger Craig, Larry, Vinatieri. Hey, man, congratulations, guys.
Yeah, my good friend, Adam Vinatieri. I mean, when you come up through the league with a guy and you see him get a gold jacket that joining you in the Hall of Fame is just, I mean, I sat across at Bryant University at the meal table with Adam Vinatieri, and next to him was Matt Barr, and he was our kicker, and I'm thinking, man, V, how are you going to make this team? From there, all the way to being a second ballot Hall of Famer, just so proud of my teammate, the clutch kicks that he made. The feeling that you have when Adam goes out there in Super Bowl 38 against the Carolina Panthers, it's over. It's over. You just know it's over, that he's going to make the kick. That's how much confidence we had in him. I was on the kickoff team when Adam Vinatieri ran down Herschel Walker. All right? He was one of the toughest kickers and football players we had on our team, and the best clutch kicker we ever had.
I tell you, you talk about clutch kicks. I remember going against him. I mean, in Baltimore, we have a hell of a defense, all this, and he's with Indianapolis at the time. And when he comes trotting out there, 5 field goals. You know, I remember telling Ed Reed and Ray, I said, we don't give up a touchdown. We'll win this thing. I never realized Homeboy's going to go out there 5 times. Yeah. And the thing is, you knew he was going to make it. Like, of course, made all 5 kicks.
All these guys obviously so deserving. I mean, how about Roger Craig, ahead of his time, right? All these modern running backs really modeled after him. But the elephant in the room, right? Like, no Bill Belichick, no Robert Kraft. These guys won 6 Super Bowls, Teddy, right? Like, Vinatieri getting in. And listen, obviously the construct of how the Hall of Fame elected these guys, the fact that they had to pick 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 7, for me, I'm having a really hard time with. I mean, this is arguably the greatest coach and owner of all time, and that they don't get into this club and will forever not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. It doesn't sit right with me. I mean,
I don't care how the hell they're you know, you got 8 votes, 1 vote, 2. The first guy I put in is Bill Belichick. Yep. As a football coach, are you kidding me? Yep. I've gone against all of them. Nobody's close to this guy. 302 wins in the regular season. That's 3rd on the all-time list. 31 playoff wins. Oh, that's more than any other coach. Yeah. 6 Super Bowls as a head coach. That's 2 more than any coach. All right, 9 conference championships. That's 3 more than any coach. Get the heck out of here. I mean, who the hell's voting for this? Yeah. You ought to be ashamed of yourself not put this guy in. And, I mean, I don't understand it. First ballot, well, I mean, that's this man right here. When you think about coaches of all time, the first guy you think about is Bill Belichick.
Yes, hands down. One thing that I'll say, you know, I'm not going to really sit up here and just sit up here and just badmouth the Hall, because there's some guys that just got selected to this year's Pro Football Hall of Fame that I do not want to take the light from. But one thing about not electing Robert Kraft, not electing Bill Belichick, the one thing that I would talk to all the voters going forward, I know it's going to ruffle some feathers, but I really believe as a football player, if you didn't play it, if you didn't coach it, you shouldn't have a vote. I don't care who you are, and I don't care how you feel about it. But like I said, I don't want to take no shine away from the guys elected today, and that's it for me.
Yeah, once again, the New England Patriots are going to prompt a rule change.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
The committee has to be rethought. all right, it has to be maybe reconstructed. I mean, the rules have to be changed because this was an obvious something went on in the room. Somebody said something. Something was personal.
Yep.
There were grudges.
Yep.
This is what happened. Okay. And that shouldn't be in the room when you're discussing how quality of a player or a coach is decided to get that honor. It just shouldn't be.
And the
changes have to be made.
This needs to be a binary decision. The guy is either Hall of Fame or he is not. This idea that you are picking 3 out of 8 and you have to leave certain people in or out, I think that entire structure is false, right? Like, again, this process needs to change going forward. Hopefully it does.
And the general idea that someone had to make a decision. I can vote for L.C. Greenwood or Robert Kraft, who are two people who could not have less to do with each other, nor could their contributions to the game have less to do with one another. It just obviously doesn't make any sense. Adam Schefter, you obviously, there's been a huge topic on all of the talk shows since these announcements came out. What can you tell us about the process?
Well, Greeny, this is the Hall of Fame. We're voting for the Hall of Fame. We're not choosing 3 items at a Chinese buffet, which is the way they made this come out to be. Now they're saying they're going to consider rule changes, which come too late, because even if they change the rules, Bill Belichick never will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And so the winningest Super Bowl coach, one of the most accomplished men in NFL history, cannot be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And Robert Kraft was in his first year as a finalist. Let's make him wait another year at the age of 85. What does that accomplish when he's won more Super Bowls than any owner? The whole thing is ridiculous. And Randy, you're right. You're right. There are 50 voters. And many times, those voters turn to the players who played the game or the coaches who coached the game to get their opinions to help form the vote. So let's get more players and let's get more coaches involved. They don't have to exclude the people, but it needs to be expanded beyond 50 voices that made it way too personal and made a huge mistake in the voting this year.
We respect the writers. There's something to respect about the journalists and all the work that they've put in over the course of their years. But this right here, this is the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Right? And this is something that if they have to go out there and ask people's opinions and can't have their own on them. I mean, I got my own on the men that went in. Yes, and even the ones that didn't. I mean, I have my own. I am not a Hall of Famer, but this is what matters. What he feels, and other Hall of Famers and other Hall of Fame players and coaches, they definitely also need to be included in the process.
I really want to get this message out to Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick, you have a lot of guys that played for you, coached against you, coached with you, that had your back in a situation like this. But from an emotional standpoint, I don't know how you feel, but not making a first ballot Hall of Famer, Coach, it really got a lot of us mad. So when I tell you that we got your back, Coach, we got your back. But going forward, Hall of Fame, come on, y'all got to do something about this.
There you go, Bill.
Yeah, it's obviously gotten so much attention that one assumes that something will get done about it, and you hate the idea. It was Roger Craig who was richly deserving and waited decades for this. It was him who was the one who did emerge from that group that had Belichick and Kraft in it, and you just hate the idea that there are people now who will say, well, I can't believe they put him in instead of Belichick and Kraft, rather than celebrating one of the great careers of all time, a guy who was well ahead of his time in Roger Craig. This has nothing to do with the players and the people who were inducted. All of them were richly deserving.
Yes.
We'll break on that thought. We'll do much more as we continue here from Santa Clara at the Super Bowl. We have the best moments of the entire season all in one place. The images of the year. Sit back and enjoy the most ridiculous catches and wildest finishes of the whole season. Plus, Mike Vrabel won 3 Super Bowls alongside our guy, Teddy Bruschi. We never thought he would turn a last-place team into this fast. All access with a legend.
Whatever we'll need, you guys have done. Like, we've checked a lot of the boxes, checked a lot of boxes as it relates to situations.
You got me feeling like